Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative Podcast. It's the podcast where we have digital discussions of worlds of sports, pop culture, social media, everything really. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On Twitter, I go as PD Beats. We love featuring the CCHL Hockey League on Popternative, and we're kind of keeping up the year-by-year tradition, doing some more panels, featuring some more players. So I'm speaking to 6 players from the CCHL. We'll do a little roll call, have them introduce themselves, and then we'll get into it, starting with Thousand.
I'm Jacob Thousand from Madison, Wisconsin. I play for the Kemptville 73s.
I'm Connor Sleeth. I'm from Toronto, and I play for the Kanata Lasers.
I'm Jaxon Camp, number 47 for the Hawkesbury Hawks. I'm from Guelph, Ontario.
I'm John Beaton. I'm from Stittsville, Ontario. I play for the Kemptville 73s.
I'm Liam Soulière. I'll go. I'm Liam Soulière. I'm from Blainville, Quebec, and I play for Brockville Braves.
I'm Eric Faith. I'm from Carp, Ontario, and I play for the Brockville Braves.
Cool. Well, guys, welcome to the show. I mean, we'll start it. We'll go the other way. We'll start with Soulière. I want to kind of know a little bit how the season's going this year, and what are some of the goals that you have this year in the CCHL.
The year's been going great. The team's awesome. We're playing really well, and hopefully the goal is to get committed.
Absolutely. Faith?
Yeah, same thing here. Very happy with the team, how we're doing. And same thing as Sully. I'd like to commit at some point and definitely try and win a championship.
Mm-hmm. Beaton?
Yeah, for sure. Our team's been struggling a little bit here, but last night was a good game to get back into it. And same with the other guys, just get committed this year, and hopefully the team makes it to the playoffs again.
Mm-hmm. And Jaxon, because I understand it's your first year in the CCHL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far it's been a great year. The team's meshing well. Went through a little bit of a rough patch in the start, but bouncing back from it. And from a team aspect, I think we want to win it all this year. Personal aspect, hopefully get a commitment.
And Connor, what are kind of the goals not only for the Kanata Lasers but for yourself this year as well?
Hopefully get a commitment this year and go on a good playoff run, because last year we lost first round, so it'd be nice to get to the semifinals or finals this year.
Mm-hmm. And Jacob, what about you? Same stuff? I feel like everyone's just said the exact same thing.
That's the goal of junior hockey, isn't it? So I want to move on, and everyone wants to see their team do that.
Absolutely. So is that, anyone could answer this, but is that like how is that, you know, because you have to focus on the task at hand, but it's always going to be in the back of your mind that you want to get committed. I mean, is that hard to balance at times? Or do you guys think you have a good strategy of kind of dealing with that when the time comes type thing? Anyone can answer it.
I think that since everyone's trying to get committed, it's more of like everyone works for that. And if everyone works hard for it, it just kind of goes with the team, and everyone's going to work together. And if you're winning, obviously it helps. And it's just kind of it just goes hand in hand with both.
Anyone want to add to that?
I just feel like, you know, schools like coming watching winners. So, you know, if your team plays well together, you all do your part, help each other out. It works well for you individually also. So.
Okay. No, absolutely. I want to kind of know now about, you know, your hockey careers for a lot of you are pretty young. They're starting out, you know, like, you know, a couple years of CCHL down the road trying to get committed. But I want to know, what has been the coolest hockey moment you have been a part of so far in your career? John B, we'll start with you. What has been the coolest thing you've been a part of so far?
Probably the coolest thing was playing for HEL Gold Cup team. That was like my minor midget year, so that was really fun. We won bronze actually, so that was a good team event for a bunch of the guys I'm playing with, like my entire hockey career in Ottawa. So it was a really fun tournament.
Absolutely. Jacob, what about you?
Probably my U16 year in the States majors. We went to the national championships. So it was with my team, Wisconsin team. So definitely great. So,
That's really
that
cool.
experience, so.
That's awesome. Connor, where were you?
Probably when I played U16 in Tampa, we went on a pretty good run and almost got to the national championship.
Wow. Jaxon?
Probably playing midget for the Waterloo Wolves. We got invited to the Kelowna Memorial Tournament and swept it.
Cool. Suli?
Probably when I went to Russia this summer. It was amazing, and we won bronze. It was honestly one of the coolest things I've ever done.
And Faith?
I think it was in Bantam at the Marlies tournament. We beat the Moscow Selects in the semis, and they slapped the Marlies, so that was pretty cool.
Interesting.
But then we lost in the finals.
Man. I want to start with Faith on this one because I always wanted to, because I feel you'll have a good one. But so far in the CCHL, I kind of want to know, it could be, funny, unusual, crazy. Like, I want you all to share a funny story that's happened so far in the CCHL because, we made this show. I want kind of like the behind the scenes stuff. So obviously keeping it PG, but is there some funny like stories on the road or with teammates that you guys have? I'm sure there's a few. Faith, I'm sure you have a bunch.
I mean, definitely when you go on the road, you spend a lot of time on the bus with your buddies. So, like doing the rookie idol, making the rookies sing songs and make them look pretty silly is pretty funny. When I started, and I've definitely enjoyed watching it the last couple of years.
Rookie idol, eh? Does anyone else have that on their bus? Or is that just like a Brockville thing? Oh, you guys have that? That's like a CC. I did not. I've never heard of that. That's hilarious. Anyone else have a story that could top Rookie Idol? All right, it's good talk, guys. Good talk. I kind of want to know a little bit about you guys on the ice and off the ice. So, we'll start with Jaxon. Who is Jaxon Camp on the ice, and who is Jaxon Camp off the ice?
On the ice, I'd say I'm not really. I'd say I communicate pretty well, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm more of a flashy player. Just kind of steady, want to get the job done, not embarrass myself out there. Off the ice, I tend to joke around a little more. Bit serious before games, but I like to have my fun at practice and just around the rink with the boys.
And Connor, what about you?
I'd say I'm like a two-way goal scorer that's fairly responsible in the D zone, and just like at the rink at practice, like to keep it light and fun.
Absolutely, Jacob.
I'd say I like to make plays, be creative out there, maybe more focused on offense, maybe work on my D a little bit. Off the ice, I'm pretty loose. Like to gel the boys a lot, as John could attest to. So, yeah.
Yeah, John's got a big smile on his face. I feel like you're always smiling. Is that your thing, Beaton? Do you just smile all the time?
It is, yes, definitely.
And on the ice and off the ice, like, what kind of player are you?
I would say I'm a playmaker, like two-way forward kind of thing. And then off the ice, just like to have fun with the guys and kind of just keep everything kind of chill.
Cool. Eric?
I think I'm a two-way forward. I definitely focus on being responsible in the D zone, and I try to chip in offensively. Off the ice, I think I'm a laid-back guy. I don't take things too seriously. I just like to have fun and hang out with the guys.
Mm-hmm. And Soulière?
On the ice, I work hard, and I just try to make life for these guys harder when they try and score on me. But and off the ice, I try to keep it loose, and it's a different game when you're off the ice, so you try and disconnect a little bit.
And we'll go right back to you, Soulière. We'll go around, but I want to know, what do you think is the hardest thing about playing hockey in general? But then, what's the hardest thing about playing in the CCHL, like challenge-wise? Because it is an amazing league, and there's amazing players in this league.
I think the hardest thing is to try and be consistent every game and try and play the best you can every night. But definitely playing goalie against these guys, they have a ton of speed, and especially like guys like Beaton and Sleeth, they can pass the puck really well, and you always have to be alert. It's not like midgets where you can kind of be laid back and not be ready. You always have to be ready with these guys because they can pull out nice moves.
For sure. And Faith, what's the hardest thing in your opinion about playing in the CCHL?
I think it's obviously a really small league, but it's really tight. I find, from top to bottom, there's not a lot of difference. So you gotta bring it every night because any team can beat any team. So you gotta be ready to go.
Mm-hmm. And John, what's the hardest thing in your opinion?
I would definitely say like consistency, effort every. I know for us, like some games we're on, and then a couple games we get off, not playing that well. So definitely like consistency, because everyone brings it usually every night. So you got to be consistent in your effort.
Absolutely, Jacob.
I think the league's really like the parity in the league's really good. Like anyone can beat anyone. And I also think the goalies are really good in this league. I find compared to a lot of leagues, so it's hard to score goals. You got to find a new way to do it every night. So.
Connor, do you agree with that? Like the goaltending in the league?
Yeah, I found the goaltending in this league, it's tough to score. You gotta like get in the crease and get greasy goals. You rarely score from like the slot or anything.
Yeah. Jaxon, do you agree with that or anything else about it's your first year in the CCHL, so what have you noticed about that?
Well, yeah, I noticed that the parity from top to bottom is a lot tighter than most leagues. I know it's way more competitive than most. I know coming from the OJHL last year, it definitely seems as if the CCHL is a lot faster and more tight checking than there. But, I mean, anybody can beat anybody, like these boys have said, so I agree with that.
Absolutely. So one more quick roundtable question that we'll wrap up, but we're going to have some fun here. I always ask when I have hockey panels on, I want to know, I'm going to ask you all a question about a player, a teammate of yours, or someone that you know in the CCHL. I want to know, like, for example, I'm going to ask who's, the funniest, right? And you're going to kind of tell me who you think is the funniest. And then I always find it cool when you have a big panel because, especially like teammates with like Faith and Suli, there might be the same guys that gets mentioned for each one. So we'll start with Jacob. I want to know whether it's on the Kemptville. I mean, we'll keep it with your team, but who is the most competitive off the ice? We'll go around, but we'll start with Jacob. Like I'm talking ping pong, video games, like Fortnite. Like who's the most competitive off the ice?
Off the ice?
Yeah.
I think Gavin Wood, he's a rookie on our team, and when you bring up ping pong, he's a really good ping pong player. He pretty much challenges everyone on our team to just come over and play him every day. John's got his number pretty good, so
Okay.
definitely.
Connor, who is the most competitive off the ice on Kanata?
On our team, it's definitely Teddy Austin. If that guy loses in ping pong, paddles going flying.
Sorry, who? Which player?
Teddy Austin.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Awesome. Jaxon, who's the most competitive off the ice on Hawkesbury?
Definitely Matt Petesian. That guy loves to play ping pong. He's I'd say specifically in ping pong, he does not like to lose. If he does, it's kind of a meltdown. But besides that, I mean, he wants to win on and off the ice. So,
Beaton, do you have to agree with Jacob, or is there another player that you think is more competitive off the ice?
I would say Nick Dimitrovic on our team. He's like super competitive, like literally in every sport, especially in practice. Like always when we do battle drills, he's always like going crazy. Same when we were playing like video games or like ping pong, he just has to win. So
that's good. Faith, most competitive off the ice?
I have to go with Theo Citrullo. He's a little 5'6" meatball, and he's just pure energy. Everything he does, he's emotional about it. So I think by far it's got to be him.
Suli, do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's a good one. But for me, it's Hawkins on our team. When we play sewer, he just he hates to get his life taken away. So he really tries hard at that game.
That's awesome. And then another one, we'll start with Suli. And this is always the title that everyone wants for some reason. Everyone always wants this title. Who can eat the most? Like, who is going to be the guy, who's going to, crush a few Baconators, then go to the gym and work it off? Like, who can eat the most? Who has the biggest appetite?
I think definitely Roe. I played with him last year. He could eat a lot of food. When we went on the road, he'd probably take the rookies' plate after, and he ate a lot of food.
No, Roe, like Noah Roe?
Yeah, Noah Roe.
Yeah, okay. I can see that for sure. Faith, what about you? Who can eat the most from your pot?
Jonesy. That guy, I haven't seen him not eat. He eats like 5 meals a day. He comes to the rink on game day, and he eats all the snacks that are in the room. So I think it's him.
Beaton, who eats the most on the 73s?
I'd have to say Gavin Wood. He lives with our owner, Jason York, and they just make a bunch of food for him. Like every time, I guess when Thao goes over, they're always making food, and he just eats a ton. So
maybe Thao wants the title. Like maybe he wants it.
No, I can't keep up with that kid. He's like 6'2", 215, 17 years old, and he's still growing. His brother's like 6'6". But like I don't know how he does it. He puts away food.
Absolutely. And quickly to Connor and Jaxon. Connor, who can eat the most on the Kanata Lasers?
Probably Luca Nasita.
Yes.
When we go for team dinner, he's eating.
Yes. Fun fact about Luca Nasita, he was supposed to come on this show.
Yeah.
And he never did. So we actually did an episode with Mark Hauser. It was supposed to be Mark Hauser, Nasita, and it was Bennett Stockdale and a few other guys from Kanata. Yeah. And it just never got released. So yeah, Luca, it's kind of your fault. But so I hope you watch this and realize that. And Jaxon, who can eat the most on the Hawkesbury Hawks?
Well, funny story about that. We have one guy who's currently serving a 3-week suspension from my billet house for eating all the food here. So that's Nick Elia. He comes over, and that guy will polish every single snack cabinet, bag of chips, anything you got in your house, he will eat it. So he's currently gone from our household.
John, were you on the did any of you play with Quinn Wickers?
Yeah, I play with him.
He eats a lot, man.
I can see that.
He eats that kid eats a lot. Like he's not in the CC anymore, but he had the title for that kid. Like could eat because I worked with his brother and everything, and I heard the stories, and then I had Quinn on, and yeah, he could eat. But guys, we'll wrap up. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We'll do roundtable closing remarks. You can let us know where people can follow you guys on social media, and we'll get it going. So, Jacob, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah.
And where can people follow you on social media?
My Twitter handle is jthous95 and Instagram is jthous11.
Cool. Connor, thanks a lot for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My Instagram and Twitter are ConnorSleeth16.
Cool, man. Jaxon, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My Instagram is Jaxon Camp, Jaxon. I know it's spelled weird, but yeah, that's it. Thanks again.
No problem. John, thanks for coming on the show, and all the best, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. My Instagram is JohnBean08, and my Twitter is JohnBean07.
And Eric, thanks for coming on the show. Very, very funny stuff, man. I feel like you're a good guy to have in the room. I'm telling you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I had a good time. And my Instagram is EricFaith44.
And Suli, all the best, man. I think we are speaking to probably one of the best goalies in the CCHL right now. So I'm honored to have you on the show, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. My Instagram is liam.soulière.
Perfect. Well, all the best in the rest of the year, guys. And I hope you all get committed. Seriously, you guys are good players. It's fun to watch you, and just enjoy it this year.
Thank you.
Well, this has been
Thanks a lot.
Popternative. This has been Popternative. YouTube.com/Popternative for the video episodes. Spotify, iTunes for the audio. Until next time, this is Jacob Thousand, Connor Sleeth, Jaxon Camp, John Beaton, Eric Sleeth, and Liam Soulière signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.